Hi everyone, and welcome to Project 31 for 2023, where I watch 31 horror films in the 31 days of October, and I'll give you my review for each and every single one of them. Today, October 21st, I will review the movie Evil Dead 2. One of the movies that I was most excited to cover during this whole project is Evil Dead 2. It is such a classic and a beloved part of a much beloved franchise, and it is for a good reason. The story of the movie begins as a part of the backstory of actually making this film happen. The original Evil Dead was made by New Line Cinema, but the sequel was picked up by the DEG, the De Laurentiis Entertainment Group. So, the director Sam Raimi had a problem. He could not use any of the footage from the original movie. Evil Dead 2 was supposed to be a direct continuation of the first movie. Therefore, as we see from the start of the movie, Ash seemed to come back to the same cabin he just left, bringing the same girlfriend named Linda, who is played by a different actress, with the same necklace. As soon as the couple settle in, the trouble begins. Linda is taken over by the Deadites, and Ash goes into a defensive mode to save his own life. But of course, I got ahead of myself. The movie actually begins with a full intro explaining what the Book of the Dead is, how it was found, and why the demons were released around the cabin, and this kind of replaces the exposition dumps that we see in the first movie. Of course, moving forward, Linda turns into a demon and got dispatched by Ash and buried. However, the demons continue to play with Ash and try and make him suffer. Of course, the chainsaw and the boomstick make their appearance because they are almost the only weapon that Ash has got left in that cabin. This whole intro serves as a mini version of the story we just saw in the first film.
Gotcha, didn't I, you little sucker?
As Ash fights for his life, the professor's daughter, same professor that owned the cabin, wants her and her fiancé to go and visit her dad and investigate more into this Necronomicon. On their way to the cabin, they hit a snag and team up with a couple of yokels to actually get to the cabin. When they do reach the cabin, they team up with Ash to oppose the Deadites, unsuccessfully of course, as one by one they succumb to their own demonic possession. It comes down to Ash and Annie, the professor's daughter, to use the pages out of the Necronomicon to banish the Deadite threat and to try and bring about the prophesized hero that will defeat the demons. That was done with an absolute love to the genre and to the story. And it was done in order to see the story of Ash go through. It surpasses the original with comedy and with actual scary moments.
Now, son of a bitch!
Ash's defiance and Bruce Campbell's ability to just keep going is great. So much so that he had to chop off his own arm in order to not be consumed by the demons that are after him. The story behind the Deadites and the Book of the Dead is much more flushed out this time around. And also, we get to know more about the fate of the professor and his wife that we kind of heard in the first movie. I really won't go into depth about this review because we are reviewing it on our show, but having watched several behind-the-scenes documentaries and a full commentary track with Bruce Campbell and Sam Raimi, I think that these guys wanted to give you more of Ash's story and to steer it into a place where they can flex their dark comedy chops. This is a fantastic horror film that surpasses the original and improves on it in so many ways. I highly recommend you pick up this thing. It's a great movie to introduce to people that really don't like horror films at all. It's great as a standalone, it's great as a part of that trio with Army of Darkness, and it is an absolute staple of the Halloween season. Thank you for watching, and if you're watching this review and this is not the Halloween season, please be sure to check out the other reviews that I've done in the past, or our Saturday show, The Real McCoy Podcast, where we dive much deeper into these amazing movies.